Mom, where are you? Are you out shopping? Why? I told you I was coming over to your place today. Oh, was it today? I just got home, but you're not home. So where are you? I'm at Chris's house. Oh, Chris's house? Wait a minute. Why? I told you that my fiancé is coming over today to say hi. That's why I've been asking you to stay home. I can't help it. I wanted to see Chris. Chris is more important than you. I brought him his favorite dish, vegetable stew cooked by his mother. Unlike you, he's always busy working for a big company. That's why I brought him plenty so that he can eat it whenever he wants. But still, we made a promise in advance for you to meet us today, didn't we? I don't need him to say hi. I'm not even interested in your marriage. I know you're not interested in me, but I was hoping you'd at least keep your promise to greet him. What? You make it sound like I never keep my promises. In fact, you don't. Ever since I was in school, you never showed up for parent-teacher meetings or class visits. You always put Chris first. What's wrong with putting my brilliant son first? Unlike you, he was always so bright. He got a job at a big company after all. Now that your father is gone, I've decided to favor the child who is likely to take good care of me in the future. Oh, you put it so bluntly. The guy you're going to marry? He's the guy you've been dating since high school, right? You went to a public school with a low tuition. I guess I can't expect much from him either. You're the one who told me to go to that school. Of course. The truth is, I thought it was a waste of money to send you to high school because I had to save up money for Chris. But your father said we should send you to high school, so I had no choice. The moment he passed away, you refused to pay for my college tuition. You took all of Father's inheritance for yourself, too. You should be thankful that I paid your tuition for at least 2 years. I mean, after all, you paid those tuition fees with your part-time job salary. You should have done that from the beginning. Then I wouldn't have had to worry so much about my future. What do you mean? I'm saying that if the money for your 2 years of college had been added to your father's inheritance, I'd have been better off. It's your fault for spending Father's inheritance like water and making it disappear so quickly. What a thing to say! That's why I hate people like you, who have no gratitude towards their parents. Chris is such a great son compared to you. That's enough. You're not going to say hi to my fiancé, are you? No, I'm not going to meet him. Marrying a poor man from a small town is just another example of your lack of gratitude. Why can't you at least let me have a comfortable life by marrying into a family of riches? If you want to be rich, why don't you work for yourself? Why do I have to work? I raised you guys. From now on, you guys have to support me. Do you know what you're saying? As a child, you're supposed to support your parents. All you have to do is send me money. I'll live together with Chris. You're going to live with Chris? I'm thinking of selling my house and moving into Chris's apartment. I'll let you off with $1,000 per month. Forgive me for what? $1,000? I'm saying you can pay me $1,000 per month. I have no intention of moving in with you. All you have to do is give me money. It's the least you can do for me. Can I go now? I'm going out with Chris. And we come to realize that there's no point in staying here any longer. We're going home.
Sis, yesterday was your wedding greeting, wasn't it? Your fiancé came all the way to Mom's house. So I told Mom to go home right away and greet him, but she wouldn't. Sorry.
It's not your fault, Chris. I mean, she went to your house yesterday out of the blue, right?
Yeah, that's right. I was so surprised when Mom suddenly showed up. And for some reason, she had a duplicate key to my house.
A duplicate key?
My girlfriend has been staying at my place since the day before yesterday. We were going to watch a movie at home this weekend, but now that Mom's here, that's all changed.
Even though your girlfriend was there, Mom stayed?
When she opened the door with the duplicate key, we freaked out.
Oh my God.
It seems like she had sneaked the duplicate key out of the house when she came over the other day.
Is your girlfriend okay? Mom has always rejected all the girls who come near you.
She was about to say something, so I immediately sent my girlfriend home. I had to apologize like crazy.
I'm sorry for both of you.
Hasn't Mom's power increased since Dad died?
I know. She also asked me to send her $1,000 every month.
What? Why?
Well, according to Mom's future plans, she's going to sell the house, move into your house, and have you support her while living with you. And she'll be getting $1,000 from me every month.
Wait, live in my house? That's not what I heard, and I definitely don't want that.
I know. I thought Mom was just getting excited on her own. I guess I was right.
I'll be renewing my apartment contract soon. I'm thinking about moving in with my girlfriend. I don't want Mom to get in our way or anything. What does she mean by support her? Mom has money left by Dad, right?
If you're talking about his inheritance, she spent almost all of it. That woman.
What? I mean, there was quite a lot, right? And she told us to disinherit it. She inherited it all on her own.
Do you think she can spend money in a planned way?
That's...
To be honest, even though she says I should be grateful, I've never received anything to be grateful to her. I think I've already repaid her enough.
I think so too. Lately, she's been using my credit card information to make purchases on the internet.
You too, Chris?
That means you too, sis?
When I went home to visit the grave on the anniversary of Dad's death, she probably took a look at the credit card info and wrote it down.
You're kidding, right?
She complained when I changed the credit card number to stop her. She said, I did everything I could to raise you, and now you've forgotten that. That was the moment I had to consider things, like wondering whether we should continue to be family.
I've been thinking about the same thing lately. She brings a lot of food that I don't particularly like. I can't eat it all, and actually it's annoying. I'll have to think about what to do with her too.
By the way, can I send you an invitation to our wedding?
Have you decided on a place for the wedding?
I just decided yesterday.
Can I bring my girlfriend to the wedding with me?
If she wants to, she's more than welcome. She wouldn't mind coming?
She'd want to come too. She works in the same company as me, as a secretary.
I see. Then by all means, I'll send out invitations for both of you.
Thank you.
And I'll let you know when we set the date for the family gathering. I don't think Mom will be there.
I'm sure she won't come. I'll do the honors for Mom and Dad.
It's nice to have a brother who's a solid man. I'll be in touch. Give my best to your girlfriend. I'm your mother. How dare you throw me out of your wedding? I'm the one who wants to ask you what you are doing. What were you thinking, coming to a wedding in a mourning dress? Well, it was perfect, wasn't it? It's such a small, quiet place. A chic mourning dress is more appropriate than a glamorous dress. Coming to a wedding in a mourning dress is beyond insane. That's why I asked you to leave. It's really out of character for you to turn your own mother away. I want to go back in, now. I won't let you attend in such a dress. It's such a small, shabby place. It doesn't matter what I wear. This is a beautiful wedding hall. You didn't even invite many guests. We can't even expect to receive much congratulatory money. You're an idiot. You should invite a lot of people, even those who don't have much to do with you, to collect money and make a profit. What are you talking about? You didn't even offer a penny. I'm your mother, so I deserve to eat for free, don't I? It's outrageous. You saying you're my mother when you didn't even come to the meeting of both families. In the first place, we only invited each other's relatives. There's no end to the number of guests if you start inviting everyone. You have to invite so many people that there's no end to it, so that you can get tons of congratulatory gifts. I was going to get half of the wedding gifts, but now the whole plan has blown up. You were thinking of getting half? That's what you were thinking? The wedding hall was so small and looked so cheap that I thought it was a funeral. Mourning clothes are more than enough. You don't have any idea who my husband is, do you? Well, I guess not, since you didn't show up for the family gathering. You refused to even say hi to him before that. He's your poor public high school classmate. Sure, he's been my boyfriend since high school, but I never said he was from the same high school. Huh? What do you mean? He was in the same class at that cram school my dad recommended when I was preparing for college. He's from another high school. Whatever the case, he should still be a poor man who can only afford to hold a wedding in a small place like this. I see. From your point of view, the son of a big company owner is poor. A son of a big company owner? He's the son of the president of a big company, and he's working as to be their next president. He's Chris's boss. Chris's boss? That's why we're having a family wedding. Wait a minute. Is he really Chris's boss? Yes. Chris works for a big company. The president is my father-in-law. The next president will be my husband. From Chris's point of view, he's his boss. He works with Chris in the same department. You're kidding, right? When I first heard he became Chris's boss, I was surprised too. Then he really is a son of a big company owner? But that boss is also a poor man in your eyes. From my point of view, he's a great guy. Wait a minute. You mean you married into a super rich family? Generally speaking, yes. Well done, my dear girl. Now my life is secured. I'm sorry, but I'm cutting you off. What? You've been trying to take advantage of me and Chris to get whatever you want. I honestly can't stand it anymore. So, we are cutting ties with you. We? Well then, the ceremony is about to start. Wait a minute. I've already told the wedding staff about you, Mom. You're banned from the grounds already. I don't think you'll be able to get in no matter how hard you try. There's no way the ceremony can go without the bride's parents being there. It's okay. I may not have parents, but I have a brother. Wait! Come on, stop ignoring me. What's going on? I'm about to go on my honeymoon. What do you think your parents are? Let me ask you the exact same question. More importantly, Chris isn't here. Chris isn't there? I went to Chris's apartment, but they said he canceled the lease. Chris moved out.
What?
He moved out the day before the wedding. He said he was moving in with his girlfriend who was at the wedding. The last apartment was for singles and it was too small. So he moved to a bigger place.
How come I don't know anything about this?
Because we caught ties with you, Mom.
That's not true.
Once he told you his address, you'd suddenly storm in on the weekends and his weekend plans get ruined. You'd leave him tons of food that he didn't want. You'd take his keys without permission. You'd use his credit cards without permission. He complained that he didn't have any freedom.
As a mother, what's wrong with checking on your son?
Chris and I are both adults. Those actions are not to care about your children. You're just trying to sponge on Chris and me. Aren't you ashamed of using your children's credit cards to buy things online?
I'm letting you guys show gratitude.
I think we've done enough for you, so we quit being your kids. You probably have a place to live. You're not too old to find a job, and you're physically strong enough to work. You can at least earn your own living expenses. It's a good opportunity for you to know how much Dad struggled to earn that precious inheritance, which you spent like water.
I don't want to work. I don't want to live a life of poverty like that.
I guess it's up to you from now on.
Chris should be living with me, not with some stranger.
I said hi to her before the wedding, and she's a very solid girl, working in the secretarial department of a big company.
Secretarial department?
It's an office romance. I worked at a different company from my husband, so I envy that kind of thing. Although I've already resigned from my job and become a housewife.
You mean Chris's girlfriend works for a big company too? Doesn't that mean she's well paid?
Are you trying to take advantage of them?
I was thinking of living with Chris only. But if that's the case, then living together with both of them sounds good too. I have to get him to marry her and let me move in with them.
That's impossible. Chris has no intention of living with you. Even if he decides to get married, he won't tell you.
Why not?
No one wants such a thing. To have your mother show up in a mourning dress at your wedding. I hated it too. You were never interested in my marriage. Well, I guess you were never interested in me in the first place. It's okay. You don't need to contact me when you don't want to. I'm not going to force myself either into a relationship with you anyways.
Wait a minute.
Chris and I are both grateful to you for giving birth to us. But I think it's better for all of us if we go our separate ways from now on. So, let's say goodbye.
Wait a minute. I'll move in with you at your place. I'll sell the house your father left me and move in with you and your husband. I'll even take care of your kids.
I'll be fine.
I'm not fine.
You're going to have to live on your own from now on.
They've stopped your credit cards, so whose money should I use to buy things from now on?
Your own money.
I told you, I don't want to work.
If you don't choose where to work, there are plenty of places to choose from. If you're as stubborn as you're now, you can make it.
Margaret, you need to take care of your parents.
Oh, it's time for my flight, so bye.
Wait a minute. Are you going to abandon your mom? I've been trying to reach Chris, but I can't. You've made it into a wealthy family, but it's awful that I don't get any benefits from that. I hate that my daughter and son are abandoning me.
Chris and I both blocked my mother's contacts and deleted them. I also blocked connections carefully so that she couldn't track down my address. Finally, my mother showed up at the company where my brother and husband work. However, security guards blocked her from going inside. Now, she started working at a nearby supermarket to make ends meet, while she continues to look for us. She complained about having to start a job after all this time. The other staff members, who are younger than her, treat her like a nuisance. She is scolded by them every day while she works.